Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. The Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, says the central bank is taking cues from the global financial system to inform its next monetary policy decision. Details in this report.
EPOC Chairman Keith Duncan says the Bank of Jamaica BOJ is keeping a close watch on U.S. interest rates, especially in the current volatile financial market conditions. At the committee's recent press briefing, Mr. Duncan says any movement without a strategic local monetary policy response could cause capital flight, a concern held by some analysts over the last year.
On March 22nd, the Fed increased interest rates by 25 basis points. That was expected. And this is another area that the Bank of Jamaica has a keen eye on, the Fed and the movements, because you're watching the differential between U.S. interest rates, Jamaican interest rates. And that's a key differential, because if the U.S. interest rates, if interest rates in the U.S. get too attractive and Jamaican interest rates are low in relation, or the range that the spread is narrow between Jamaican interest rates and U.S. interest rates, investors and the discerning investing public will move their money into US dollars.
With the latest increase, the U.S. federal funds rate is currently 4.75% to 5%. The local policy interest rate stipulated by the Bank of Jamaica is 7%. The next monetary policy interest rate decision is due on March 29. Mr. Duncan says the BOJ will have to take the latest financial market happenings into consideration for its next decision.
The Fed signaled that they may be close to the top of their rate hike cycle that they are looking to possibly pause at some point in time. That sent very powerful signals to all markets. They have tightened liquidity significantly, which is causing some stresses in the financial system globally. We're seeing the fallout with several small and medium banks, regional banks, coming under some stress in the U.S., right? We expect that the Bank of Jamaica will have to take this into account in their analysis, in their data, as they go forward with their monetary policy decisions.
Central banks across the world have been increasing interest rates in a bid to slow inflation. Next month, the Bank of Jamaica will activate another tool it hopes will tighten liquidity in the market. Effective April 1, the cash reserve requirements for deposit-taking institutions will increase by 1%. For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
The International Monetary Fund IMF is urging increased vigilance as the world faces increased financial risks. Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva says although actions by advanced economies have calmed market stresses, 2023 is still set to be another challenging year. She said the IMF was paying close attention to the most vulnerable countries, particularly low-income states with high levels of debt. Global growth is expected to fall below 3% this year due to the ripple effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and monetary policy tightening. She says even though there is a better outlook for 2024, global growth will remain well below its historic average of 3.8%, and the overall outlook remained weak. The IMF, which has predicted global growth of 2.9% this year, is slated to release its new forecasts in April. The US dollar is being sold for an average $151.65. $110.98 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The pound is selling for $183.94, while it's costing an average $165.39 for the euro. And to the stock market now, the JSE index gained 780 points today, while the junior market index increased its rally by 26 points. Among the winners, Siboney Group, ISP Finance Services, Epley, Blue Power Group, and 138 Student Living Variable Preference shares. Decliners were led by Productive Business Solutions US dollar shares, Jamaica Public Service 9.5% shares, G West Corporation, Palace Amusement, and Lasco Distributors. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.